Hi,
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Quarantine and Answer. And today we have, she was so
Adara.
excited to answer.
Woo! adaraQNA.
And what's your major, Adara?
I'm a political science major, and I have three minors, actually. I have a minor in politics and law, ethics, and philosophy. I almost forgot because there are so many.
I think you might have the most minors of anybody that
I
I've
know.
had so far. So
Yeah.
you win that. And what year are you?
I am a senior, about to be a fifth-year senior, which is crazy. That whole thing has changed remarkably in the last month.
Yeah, give us some insight into this because you are a student athlete with softball.
Hmm.
So you did not get to play much of your season. And
Yeah.
then coronavirus shut down the season. And then the NCAA helped fill me in. They said what?
Yeah, so they granted all spring athletes another year of eligibility, and that went from freshmen this year to seniors. So that was really awesome, and I was lucky. I got into three different law schools, and so as of about 2 days before the whole corona thing went crazy, I was deciding what law school to go to next year rather than if I was going to go to law school next year. So it really threw my whole life for a loop. But through a lot of it, it was a lot, like not a lot of time to make decisions. But I think in the bottom of my heart, I knew that I wanted to finish softball. I have my whole life to go to law school. And yes, I've been working for that for 4 years, but I'm never going to get the opportunity to play softball again. It's not like when I'm 30, I can go back and do my extra year of eligibility because I will break something. But um,
But what's the good news about the place you accepted, right?
oh yeah, so I ended up ultimately deciding that I was going to go to law school at Iowa,
Boo,
and
boo Hawkeyes.
and I'm from Iowa City, so it made the most sense, and it's the best school that I got into. They're a great law school, so it was really exciting. But they allowed me to defer my acceptance until 2021. So they are so nice. And they totally understood that I wanted to play softball and finish up at UNI and then go into law school later. So just 1 year on delay, but next year will be kind of interesting because I won't be in as many classes and I'll be trying to do things to further like my professional resume. So it'll be a different type of year. I'll be focusing on different things. Not having to stress about my GPA to get into law school will
Mhm.
be interesting. I'm not sure I can turn it off, but we'll
Yeah,
we'll have to see.
it'll be a learning experience. So,
Yeah.
okay, so some other questions. Where are you staying right now? Are you in Cedar Falls? Are you at your parents' house? Are you staying somewhere else?
I'm at my parents' house actually, and it's not I expected a lot more conflicts. I mean,
Okay.
as an argumentative person, I
Hmm.
where do you think I learned it from? And so it's been awesome though. It's really been fun. Like not as many conflicts as I was thinking. I mean, it's been really fun. We play a lot of games, we hang out, we watch a lot of TV.
Do you
And
have siblings that are there?
I do. I have a younger brother, and he goes to Kirkwood at Iowa City now,
Okay.
and so he's in the same boat as me.
Mhm.
He doesn't have his professors aren't tacking on as much stuff as mine are, but yeah, he's actually been able to get ahead in a lot of his classes while I'm still trying to keep up with everything. So he's been probably doing a better job than I have, but
And
it's been
so,
really
oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say it's been really fun. My mom's also in school too, and
Okay.
she works for the Iowa City School District, so she's just at home. So
Mm.
now she gets to get ahead in her classes too. So they're just making the most of their time, and I'm over here like just struggling to stay afloat. But it's been
Okay. So are you in, I like the flash picture behind you. Where are you? Is this your bedroom? Is this a
this is a
family room?
Yeah, so I wish I could show you all of the decorations that we have. It's super cool. We have an array of interests. We love sports, especially softball, baseball, football,
Hmm.
and then we also love Marvel. We love Star Wars, obviously DC too.
Hmm.
It's the cut sometimes, but it's kind of like our living room area is kind of interesting down here because it's a hodgepodge. Like over there, we have like my dad's sports stuff, and then my sports stuff is in my room, and then there's decorations all over the place. Nobody has asked about the Flash thing because this is where I do all my Zooms, so that's
Oh,
hilarious.
yeah. No, that was the first thing. Being a comic book fan, I was like, oh, that's the Flash. Okay, so how are classes going? You kind
Uh,
of talked about it, but
yeah. It's been a transition. I think I appreciate that my professors have really tried very hard to keep it as normal as possible and keep the workload the same and try to stay close to the syllabus. It has been a lot of work. It's also just weird to be out of a routine. I'm just so used to being like getting up early for softball and then going to class and then at the end of the day doing my homework, and now
Mhm.
I have no reason to wake up. So I just I'm finding sleeping in way too long, and I still wait to the last minute to do my homework. Don't worry, that's a constant. I'm
Good
just
to hear that things haven't changed.
I
So,
do. I'm a procrastinator at heart. It's okay. I just accept it. That's who I am. But I think they've all done a good job of trying to keep it engaging.
mhm,
It's just it's hard to have the motivation. So it's impressive to me that they are still that motivated to want to teach their courses, and obviously it shows an extra passion that they have for the things that they're teaching, that they just didn't give up and be like, okay, you can just have the grade that you have now. I don't want to do this. So they haven't been stubborn. They've been doing a really good job. We actually asked the softball team, got asked to make a thank you video to our
oh, cool.
professor. So that was kind of fun, and it was nice to think about, because obviously I just think about, oh, they're making me do so much work
Mhm,
and all these things, and they're making me watch all these Zoom videos. But
mhm,
it was kind of a perspective changing thing to realize, okay, they are doing so much work and
mhm.
trying to get people the most out of their classes.
That's awesome. Okay, next question. What are you doing to keep your sanity? How are you staying sane?
Uh, so I was really struggling for a while, and then I started doing DoorDash, and so
Oh,
that has
like
been,
as a part-time job?
yeah, and it's weird. It was weird at first because I haven't had that many jobs like that.
Right.
Most of my jobs have been related to like the things that I study, and
Mhm,
so it's just a different job for me. And I swear I was so bad at first, and it's really not a difficult job, but I was so bad at it. I'm so directionally challenged. Even with the GPS, I'm going the wrong way and it's yelling at me. But that has taken up a lot of time, and that's the nice thing. I'm not really doing it for because I need to. It's just nice to have something to
mhm,
do. And a couple of my other teammates were doing it, so I
mhm.
was like, that sounds kind of fun. And
Now, are
it's,
you ever tempted to like eat the food?
my gosh,
'Cause
yes,
that would be my issue is that if they got like fries to like want to like dip into the fry bag and like,
yeah,
just grab a couple.
right. Normally, I try to eat like early,
Uh-huh.
so lunch is usually like 11 to 1. I try to eat right at 11, so then
Uh,
I eat
so
their food. But there are a couple places that every time I'm just like, I could really just take a bite out of this. And that's always Chili's. Chili's is the best. And then Pancheros.
okay.
So
All right,
those
so
are
that moves us to our quick fire questions. You ready?
okay.
All right. The best thing you've eaten or made during the COVID crisis.
Oh, my mom's homemade food. I've really missed it because I haven't been home all semester, and my
Okay.
mom she makes awesome tacos. Oh my goodness, so good. And we do this. It's called a taco ring, and it's like crescent roll.
Oh, I know the taco ring, but go ahead, explain it to the people at home.
They're crescent rolls, and then you fill it up with the taco meat. And my mom puts extra cheese in there, so it's like
Mhm.
cheesy, taco-y, chorizo-y, and then you put your toppings on it. You just take a slice. It looks like a slice of pie.
It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the last time I had that, so that was probably my favorite.
All right. So the worst thing you've eaten, like your desperation that actually tasted good, like were you using a donut to eat like soup or anything? Have you gotten that far into the quarantine?
I don't think this.
Like crushing Doritos up into your cereal or just
So my mom gets angry at me because I kind of take expiration dates loosely as a college
okay.
student. So
Okay.
something will be expired by like 2 days, and she'll be
Uh-huh.
like, "Don't eat that," and I'm like, "Mom, it's fine. It still smells fine." That's been a constant argument.
Okay.
So like
What's like the most dangerous one you've kind of like you've towed the line on?
I think there were these leftovers that they were there before I came home.
Okay.
And they were like these fish sticks.
Okay.
My mom was so disgusted when I pulled those out. She just came downstairs and I was eating them at the table and she was like, "Those are so old. I don't even know when we had those." Those are, and I'm like, it tastes fine.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's like, "You're disgusting. I
You
can't
got to
even."
roll the dice in life, though, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And
All right.
has yet to really punish me.
There you go. Best thing you've watched: Netflix, YouTube.
I have to be basic and I have to say the most entertaining thing that I have
Uh-huh.
watched is Tiger King.
Yeah. That's
We watched it as a family and I had my jaw dropped at least 80% of the time. I was astounded.
it's amazing, isn't it? Like just like how every time you think like, well, this has got to be the most crazy thing about this. It's like the next episode you just
Right.
yeah.
It's if anyone hasn't watched it, I people hype it up a lot and everything, but you just have to watch it. You have to experience it. It's not very long. They're coming out with a new episode
I heard, yeah.
that I'm really excited for that.
I feel like all of America is just like now just in a holding pattern for the next
I know
episode. Like,
it's interesting and honestly good timing that they came out with this during a quarantine when we have nothing else to do besides watch strange things on Netflix.
yeah. And no sports. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Worst thing you watched, the thing that you're like ashamed of
Oh
that
my
you're
gosh.
but you enjoyed it.
So we started watching this show. It's an FX and it's on Hulu. I'm not sure if it's actually on TV.
Mhm.
It's called Devs, and it's like this science fiction-y type of thing. It's about this development company in this tech organization. And it started off kind of like it had so much potential. We were very
Uh-huh.
excited and it was interesting. And then every episode it just got worse and worse and worse. And so we are just making fun of it the whole time. Like the second to the last episode was on last night. So we
Okay.
all watched it as my family. And so us four are just ripping on it and we're like, what is happening? This doesn't even make any sense. But of course the finale is next week, so we have to watch it.
So yeah, you've invested time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants a show that's gonna frustrate them or think it's gonna be really stupid, but if you got nothing else to do, it's really it captures you at first because you're like, how are they gonna do it? And then
Mhm.
they ruin it. So
No. So not recommending devs unless it's like September and we're still in this. And
yeah, if everything
okay.
else is exhausted.
Gotcha. All right, last one. Words of encouragement for your fellow students. What can you give to them to be like keep going. Here's what you need to do, or your
Uh,
advice. Advice from Adara.
advice from Adara.
AA.
I would say just try to get into a routine like we were in school. I think that's the best way to finish the rest of the semester and at the best point that you can too is just try to stay on some sort of routine and say, okay, my Zoom class is at this time, and then after it, I'll study, I'll finish this assignment. I think that's been my biggest thing is I kind of forget about it until the last second because I'm
Mm.
watching Netflix, which makes no sense. It's easy to get distracted when you're so bored. It
It is.
sounds very contradicting, but that's been my thing too is I just gotta keep a routine. And then it's been nice because my dad is working from home too, so we are in our basement together and we work at the same time.
Okay.
So he's over sitting over there
Is he
while
over there right now?
no, I think
Oh.
he went to Costco actually.
Oh, okay.
So that we work at the same time, so that's kind of like a nice little environment to have.
Yeah.
Don't worry, my mom made face masks for everyone, so we're
Oh,
safe out in
nice.
the public. She has
Good.
been making so many of them. She's a big sewer,
Oh,
crocheter, all that thing. So people have been paying her to make a bunch of them. I think she's made like 50.
wow. That's impressive. Oh.
It's
All
crazy.
right. Well, I appreciate your time. It was good to see you.
Oh,
And thanks
thank you.
for being on Quarantine and Answer.
Of course. Have a good
All right.
rest of your day.
Bye.
Safe.